Hey friends, welcome to Confessions of a Catholic Matchmaker. Today I have an open letter to the single guy who's in his 20s from a married Catholic matchmaker. Dear guy who's trying to be a faithful Catholic and find a good wife, thank you for your faithful witness to the church. Thank you for striving for holiness in what you're currently doing. I don't know if your college years were plagued with sin and exploration or if you lived on the straight and narrow. I don't know if you lost your virginity at high school on prom night and believe that no woman will ever forgive you, or if you're entering the workplace and trying to figure out how to speak corporate, meal prep, hit the gym, see your friends, and enjoy a beer on the weekend in celebration that your weekly 30-minute commute is temporarily paused. I want to say thank you for trying to be a Catholic while you're also trying to figure out how to stay alive without cafeteria and structured activities. I'm sure that you've started to realize that being a good man is going to be looked down upon in society. I hear about it often from my husband. You're going to be ostracized for trying to grow in virtue, turning down another drink on a Saturday night in hopes that you'll wake up on time for Mass and be able to receive an estate of grace, and saving sex for the sacrament of marriage when hooking up has become more nonchalant than hugging a girl in public. You're fighting against the narrative that you need to make more than a woman in order to date her, but you're in the same entry-level job as she is. We know that you are called to work and to provide since as far back as Genesis. But now your provisions have been diminished to whatever value your boss places on your role. The structure that we have created over the last 20 some years that focused on equality meant that the bar for manhood went a lot higher, and social media trends made the average man feel inferior. For this, unfortunately, reality, I hear you, and I'm sincerely sorry on behalf of women. I've unfortunately had those tendencies before, so it's not without redemption, grace, a very patient husband, that it's possible that I'm here married today and fighting for you. My experience as a Catholic matchmaker has led me to a very unique perspective where I see all of the goodness that you have as a man while I hear about the demands that women are making on you. I analyze the dating apps and I hear stories about how you're being overlooked and trying to swipe your way into being enough while being continually humbled by how few women actually like you back, even though you have the qualities that they say that they're looking for. But the difference is that another guy paid a professional photographer to have his photos taken to be successful. You're humble. You live in the moment, and you're trying to remain strong while you get excited about women who aren't even choosing to like you back. That sucks. That sucks. You go to church on Sundays. You've read Theology of the Body 70 times, 7 times. You're not a confirmed incel, but if one lady looks at you with disgust again, you're considering the priesthood. I say it all in jest, but I also say it knowing that you're doing everything you can at 20-something, but you aren't yet making 6 figures. You can't grow 6 inches, and you shouldn't even be thinking about sex, even though you'd love to share that part of yourself with your future bride. If you've made it this far, you're probably going, matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Nah, I'm just kidding. You're looking for solutions because you are a man of action and you want some strategy for how to stand out. Maybe you hate me and have already roasted me in the comments. And maybe you're about to subscribe because you finally feel seen in this messed up dating world. A man on a mission is dangerously good. So here it goes. My advice that I've also confirmed with my mustache, mullet wearing husband: don't spend your 20s chasing bag when you should be chasing tail. Or better yet, use the time in your 20s to develop yourself and practice dating. You are never too young to get married, assuming that it's rightly ordered and not ordered towards lust. I meet so many men who want a baseball team-sized family and have spent years building their career, but now they're too old to play first base coach. And I know everyone believes they're exception to the rule, but would you want your daughter marrying someone 10 years younger than you? I didn't think so. Developing yourself includes stopping that addiction you know that you shouldn't have, you know, the one that rhymes with corn, or finding a way to limit video game time with the bros. Here's an easy rule of thumb. For every hour of video games you play with the boys, you should be interacting the same amount in a social setting where there are women. So, if you're playing for an hour and a night during the week, Monday through Thursday, then between Friday and Saturday, you should be out getting a drink at a bar, going to a play, attending a sporting event, spending time with a young adult group for 4 hours. If you're still fighting off an addiction to corn on your cob, you need to 1, increase your time in prayer and confession, 2, find a buddy to hold you accountable, or 3, work with a mentor who can help you weed out where the root of those tall issues come from. Okay, that was a corny joke. I'm from Iowa, you gotta give it to me. I know this sounds like I'm a broken record, but there are lasting consequences to this addiction, and it's one of the primary deal breakers that women are popping off on. I promise I am done with the jokes. I just had to. So let's assume you have a job, you have no addictions, and you're continually working to figure out who you really are. First and foremost, praise God for the man that you're choosing to be. On behalf of all women, thank you. What you realize is that it's only in knowing who you are that you're going to be able to recognize what you're looking for. I'm going to use a truck metaphor because my husband doesn't have a big rig for nothing. When you first started looking for your first vehicle, you had to decide if you wanted a car or a truck. You had to think about it practically, financially, long term, and you had to include these dang gas prices in your decision. Maybe you value efficiency driving to work in the city, so you went with the sedan. Maybe you wanted to go camping, so you went with the truck. Well, now you have to decide what brand you want, what finishes matter, can it haul what you need, does it fit within your budget, etc. I'll help you as you start looking for a woman. We know that the biggest priority is that they love Jesus and value the truth of the Catholic faith. Then you start looking at the qualities you want in a wife. Do you want her to have a PhD? Or would you prefer that she wants 7 kids and 3 dogs? Is she the life of the party or is she the wallflower? Is she going to nag you all the way to heaven, or is she going to encourage you along the way as you provide? Then you get to see if you're the type of man that she would be looking for. And then you get to grow again. If you want 7 kids, you might have to upgrade from teacher or accept her advanced degree and understand that she's the breadwinner while you teach the kids. Maybe you prefer the life of the party. You have no good relationships with friends or family around her. Maybe you prefer the life of the party, but you have no good relationships with any friends or family for her to host. This is a good time for you to create those better connections with those around you. Maybe she has all of those things, but you sense some feministic tendencies. Know that I was that girl and I came around before my wedding day, but you are going to have to be willing to accept who they are, even if they never change when you get married. Be aware that everyone is looking for perfect, but realistically, finding someone that you are 100% there with on the faith and 80% of the way with on everything else is enough to compromise with on that last 20%. You'll learn how someone thinks critically, how their history impacted who they are today, and you'll be able to love them to the future in a way that you guys agree upon together. Don't spend these years waiting to date. Date along the way to your sacrificial ever after. Well, gentlemen, that's all I got. I see you, I know you, and I serve you if you ever want to be matched by a Catholic matchmaker. Sign up for free today at commitmentism.com. Just click on the button to join our database. And thank you for watching Confessions of a Catholic Matchmaker. Bye, friends.